Hey guys, this is George with Firehouse Music, and today we're going to continue with our study of chord symbols and extended chords. Last time we talked about how the different extensions work with the different intervals in the chords. Now we're going to look at different chord types. If you remember, we talked about parent scales last time, so we're going to start there. Okay, so we have a few families of chords. We're going to have the major family, the minor family, the dominant family, the half diminished family. That's important for minor chords, or minor keys rather. And then we have our altered dominant chords. And there are a few others that are not, that might show up here and there in certain charts, but they are not really functional chords. That we'll probably talk about those special cases in a different video. So for now, let's look at the main ones. So essentially, we're going to look at a major 2-5-1 and a minor 2-5-1 and how that's going to work. Okay. Well, actually, we won't look at the progression. We're going to look at the chords. You'll see. So we start with the major family. So majors, right? Our major chords are going to be built out of the Lydian scale. So if we use the C scale as an example, because it's the easiest one to see, the Lydian scale for so major chords, right? Not the major scale, but major chords. The Lydian scale is almost the same as a major scale, except we're going to have a raised fourth. In the chord interval speech, that would be a sharp 11. Okay, so we have C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, and B. Okay, and if you remember how we extended it last time, right? So that would translate, if we were to make one giant arpeggio, a major 13 sharp 11. It would look like this. So we have C, E, G, B, D, F sharp, and A. Okay? So notice that we have a major literally a major seventh chord. So we have major third, perfect fifth, major seventh, major ninth, sharp 11, major 13. Okay, so this is what your major chords are going to look like. Your minor chords are going to use a Dorian scale. If we look again, we're going to keep everything in C. So our C Dorian scale is going to look like this. We have C, D, E flat, F, G, A, and B flat. Okay, and if we translate this, the way we do chords, we have C, E flat, G, that's our minor triad from the triad video, B flat, D, F, and A. Okay, not A flat. That would be in the natural minor scale. That's the reason why we use Dorian, because we don't really want a flat 13 in our minor chord when we're dealing with functional chords. So then we have our dominant family chords, or dominant chords. And these chords are going to come out of the Mixolydian scale, if they're not altered. We'll talk about altered dominants in a minute. So our dominant chords are going to come out of the Mixolydian scale. So if we keep it in C, it's the same as a major scale, except that our seventh is going to be lowered. So it looks like this. So we have C, D, E, F, G, A, and B flat. Okay? So again, organizing them the way we do with our chords. So we have C, E, G, B flat. This is our old C7 chord. D, F, and A. Okay, so if you have all of this, you have a C major 13 sharp 11, a C minor 11. I'm sorry, C minor 13, and C 13. Okay, so that will be the chord symbol. So here you have C major 13 sharp 11. This is a C minor 13, and this is a C 13. Okay, so major, minor, and dominant. And again, don't go building a chord like this with all these notes in it, because it's not going to sound good. Normally, this, and how to build voicings, it's too long a topic. It's going to fall outside of the scope. of this particular video, we will talk about those in a future video, because that is a very useful topic. So we have our major, minor, and our dominant chords. Then our half diminished chords are going to come out of the Locrian scale. So the Locrian scale we either use the Locrian scale or the Locrian natural 2 scale. And actually, let's use that one instead because he has a major 9th in it. So let's use Locrian natural 2. So the Locrian natural 2 scale is going to work like this. We're going to have C, D, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, and B flat, as opposed to a Locrian scale, which would normally have a D flat. But I don't like that flat 9 in my half diminished chord, so I just leave. I prefer to use D scale instead. So again, organizing this the way we do with our chords, we have C, E flat, and G flat, which gives you a diminished triad. Then you add the minor 7th, B flat. This is why it's not a fully diminished, but a half diminished, because that's a minor 7th as opposed to a diminished 7th. And then the rest is the same. So we have our D, that's our 9th, our 13th, I'm sorry, an 11th, and this one does have a flat 13th. But more than likely, you're going to use the chord either up to there or up to the 9th. I personally have not seen flat 13th with like a minor 7 flat 5, a minor 13 flat 5 chord, a minor 9 flat 13 flat 5 chord symbol. So it for me, like, this is good from the 7th and then the 9th. It may be wrong. There might be some obscure chart that has that chord in it, but I personally have not run into it. So the chord symbol for this is going to be C minor 9 flat 5. That's a 5, not an S. 5. All right. So these are the parent scales for almost all of our chords. There's one type of chord that we haven't talked about that is prominent in harmony, and that is the altered dominant family of chords. And that is a topic unto itself. But the simple explanation is like this. You have a dominant 7th chord that has an altered 5th or an altered 9th. What that means is you either have a sharp 5 or a flat 5 or a flat 9 or a sharp 9 or both or any combination of them. And the scale that it's going to build that type of chord is the altered scale or the super Locrian scale, which is the 7th mode of melodic minor. But again, you know, I feel like I'm already getting away from the topic at hand here, which is chord symbols and how to build chords. So we will talk about the altered scale eventually, and we'll talk about altered dominant chords and how they work, function, and how you can use that to sort of link things, or to me at least, it helping make sense of things like the tritone substitution and things like that. So it gets pretty deep, so I feel like it warrants its own video. So this is going to be it about this. If you have any questions about it, just send me an email or ask me in the comments, and I'll be happy to explain it. You can reach at www.firehousemusic.net. That website is in the description below the video as well. And what else? Yeah, we need to talk about how these chords interact with each other, and we will do that as well in a future video when we look at functional harmony. That's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Share this video if you think somebody needs some music theory in their life. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. And I'll see you guys next time.